Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are back on the 2009 Mustang I took in a trade for that old 88 Chevy van. First episode on this, fixing it up. Changed the air compressor, AC compressor that I bought, and then the dryer that former owner had bought was in the back seat, along with a bunch of other parts. So in that first episode on this, we went through all the parts. He was throwing a parts cannon at this. I don't know. Got electronic gas pedal, a new throttle body. Stuff I don't think I'm going to be putting on here. And a bunch of other stuff. A new blower motor. Don't know why it works. But anyway. So we got it running, and this AC compressor, the bearing was going out, just making a hell of a racket. Didn't know for sure it was that till we, took the belt off, and you could spin it by hand, and it was, making the noise, and it wasn't coming on. The whole system was out of oil, and I think that's what happened. It burnt up, and it was all kind of, the deal on here was all rusty with the cap missing, just in pretty bad shape. So anyway, it's been a few days, probably 3 or 4 or 5 days, and just turned on the AC. AC seems to work good. Everything's good, so I don't think we got any leaks. It's getting winter time for us is 60 degrees and sunny, which is right now. So you don't really need AC, but right now probably won't need AC till, who knows, May, April. So hopefully it'll keep on staying charged if I keep it that long. Like I said, I wouldn't mind keeping it as a driver. I'll teach my blind dog to get in the back seat, and I'd have to put insurance on it. I got it tagged, a black tag, which means can't drive it because there's no insurance. And I can't put the old Haggerty on there because it's not old enough, really. So might be able to. I don't know. They never did set a year model, like over 20 years, over 25 years, and all that. Might be able to. I don't know. So I'd have to take one of my cars off my regular insurance, which would be the Fusion or the Topig. So, got to looking at it. You could tell it was wrecked in the front. You don't know how bad, though. He's got all these, stitched it up like Frankenstein with zip ties. It's all busted along here. All busted along here. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Just to hold it up. So it's been whacked in the front, possibly the right front, because this fender here has been replaced. You can tell they repainted it, and the clear is peeling off. It's a different color blue than the rest. The hood, is the hood the same color? The hood may be the same color as this. Anyway, it's off. I don't know how good you can see it. It's off color. The whole car is hammered with hail. I don't know how good you can see the hail, but it's pretty bad. So eventually we're going to repaint the whole car. Make it one shade of blue. All that Nissan paint I bought, I got 4 or 5 different colors of blue. We're going to pick out that matches somewhat of this color. Okay, so this is an aftermarket hood. Fiberglass, I like it. Got the scoop, but I don't know if it's from the hail. You can't see it very good. We'll show it later. It's got like little rings around it, like it's almost cracked, like this. Here, you can see it better here. The dust and stuff. They look like scratches, but from the hail, just kind of something, and bad paint, and all the paint clears peeling. Anyway, it's got all this stuff. There's one up there, one there. She's gonna have to be sanded down real good. Oh, this is all cracked here. We're gonna have to fill that in, use some good Evercoat primer, and hope that it don't come back. So anyway, you can tell the hood's been replaced at some point, fender from the wreck, bumper stitched together. This bottom piece of the bumper is missing from saying here to here, and he put some, former owner put some metal there, and the grill, the bottom grill here was good, but he riveted all in there, so it's kind of screwed. And then again, some stitching to hold it in there. Okay, so then these lights here are aftermarket, and they're like, I don't know, it's got some type of duct tape there. All this zip ties here, I think, except for maybe that's holding something in. Most of these are to hold the wiring harness up. Mostly the new wiring for these fog lights. I like them, so we're gonna keep them. I don't know the difference of the GT, whether the GT had those in there. I think that's what they were going for, GT look, because it's just a V6. So we knew it was wrecked, and you open the hood and you see, well, you know, it's old dirty radiator support. But then you start looking, which I did last video, and I don't know, they got some type of booger welds. Not even booger welds, they're just kind of, I don't know what the guy was doing. Didn't know how to weld for sure. And then a couple of self-tappers in there. And then you look on this side, same thing. So what they had done was put on a used core support. So I don't know how good you can see. Right there, there's a screw holding this piece onto this one. So the whole thing's butchered up, cobbled together. It's probably strong enough, although if you get in a wreck, you're going to do a lot more damage. Aluminum radiator and aluminum overflow. So I think they've replaced this, the radiator and the overflow, due to the wreck. Also, a couple aftermarket horns. Okay, so yeah, the bumper's fixable, and if they had cost $400 or $500 like this back one's gonna cost for the 81 Camaro, I would probably fix it. But it was only 115 bucks, so I bought a new one. I bought the new lower grill for 18, and this one here is scuffed and kind of warped. I bought a new set of these smoked signal lenses. Okay, so we would have to tear this bumper off and stuff anyway to replace it. We might as well go the rest of the way. Take the headlights, well, we may have to take the headlights out anyway. Possibly the fenders. I'd rather not get into taking that bottom rocker cover and stuff off. See, the only problem, these cars are clipped together. They got these clips here, a bunch of clips in the wheel wells, and it's all clipped together. That's probably why they got some of these zip ties. I don't have any clips. I don't have a big drawer full of different size clips. So, you know, there's going to be missing clips. So that's what we're going to do. So I may be able to get these. I don't think we're going to take the core support off. If we can get the fenders pushed over a couple inches, loosen it all up, take off these bolts on the bottom and stuff, move it over, take these screws out, weld this in solid on both sides, grind it, you know, a little primer and paint on there, make it look like it's, you know, belongs instead of this hackery thing. Even though, you know, I'd like to keep this car. If I do sell it, I don't want it, you know, somebody to see all that butchery on there. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to tear down the whole front end and we'll take a look. The only thing I don't really want to cut all these wires, but I may have to, because it doesn't look like well, they might have a connection on them to take them loose. They do work. They work with the fog lights. You turn on the light switch and pull it for the fog lights, so they do work. Everything works. High beams, all that. So nothing's screwed up that way. Wiring, electrical, lights, all that, it all seems to work. But yeah, we just need to fix the cosmetic part of it, possibly paint all of it. Well, see, if you take this to a body shop, what they would do is paint the bumper before they put it on. And they do that at the factory as well. You know, back in the day when they started doing the rubber bumpers always looked, well, I shouldn't say from painting them off the car. They used to use the flex additive in the bumpers separately. Nowadays, modern paint, it's all in there. You don't need to paint stuff separate, add flex agent and all that. So they would fade different. So after a few years, it'd look two different colors. Not necessarily with this, if you painted that bumper off the car, but I'm a pretty good masker. I'll just mask up the headlights and signal lenses. We're gonna put it all on there. Just put it all on there, and then paint it all later. This is gonna be a long project, body and paint wise, because of all the hail damage we got to fix. And all the parts here, these are the parts. The bumper, the lower grille. He supplied a spoiler, which I don't think fits on here. He said it was for a GT. So I'll try to line it up against here, see if it actually fits, but I don't think it does. GT bumper's obviously different. So, and I got the signal lenses inside. Is that all I bought for it? I think that's it. And the AC compressor in these parts, and that's all I bought for the car. Pretty cheap. I mean, got out pretty cheap to fix this up. Then we got the paint. So really just a little Bondo sandpaper masking tape, primer, and stuff. We can fix this up pretty damn inexpensive, where it'll be a nice car mechanically and paint and body wise. Oh yeah, I bought that I bought $20 console lid last video. Had to buy this used. This emblem here was missing. Few, you know, just a few little things. See, all this paint's all, you know, that's why we gotta overall paint it. We can't try to spot it in or nothing. Like I said, it's got hail on every panel and damage. There's some more damage on the hood here. There's a bunch up there. Okay, so that's where we're at. Yeah, mechanically we did the AC stuff, and that took care of it. That seemed like that pulley, I haven't got the last video is not out yet. So I don't know any comments, but that water pump pulley turned up my hand and it made this weird little squeaking sound. But running, it doesn't make no noise, just when you turn up my hand. So I don't know what that is. And the only other problem is that banging under the front. You won't hear it driving down the road, but if you drive around this property and you're hitting rocks and bumps, you can hear this banging, like something is hitting metal on metal, like the exhaust is hanging down or something, and something banging on the cross member. That's what it sounds like. Last video we took this left front tire off. Well, had the whole thing jacked up, looked underneath, couldn't find anything on the front end loose, sway bar ends, anything like that. Nothing was loose. And we took this tire off and checked, nothing. So we're gonna jack this up like we did last time and get it up in the air, and we're gonna take both these tires off, because all the stuff on the inside here to take off these deals here. You know, see all this body damage. We gotta fill these holes on both fenders. Then this is dented here. You gotta fix that dent. Not all this video. This video is just gonna be the front end, fixing that radiator support and putting the front end together. And then later on we'll get into the hail damage and the body work and stuff. Yeah, see all these cracks and spider webs. There's no use trying to fix all this when this cover's only 115 bucks. So yeah, I'm gonna get it up on jack stand so I can take the wheels off. I grabbed the exhaust, I grabbed the sway bar, I grabbed everything. Nothing seems loose. I cannot figure it out. Then I drove the thing around here about 20 times and trying to figure out if it coming from the left, coming from the right. It just sounds like it's coming in the middle. Maybe, you know, it could be maybe a transmission mount. But something you don't put torque on, usually a transmission mount or something. If you would torque it, you know, rev it, you would torque it and make it bang, but I doubt it's that. But that's what it seems like it's coming from, maybe the middle somewhere. And we're gonna look at it again and see. I just cannot figure it out. It's probably something simple. Like I said, it's a banging. It's not a squeak or anything. It's just metal on metal, just bang, 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 bang. Like, you know, like I said, like an exhaust pipe banging on the cross member or something when you go over a bump. So we're gonna check it out again. I'll jack it up higher this time so we can crawl halfway under the car maybe. Yeah, as far as everything lining up, everything lines up great. You know, even though the bumpers, the bumper, headlights, the fenders, the hood closes great. All that's good. So even though they butchered up putting in the radiator support, everything actually lines up and closes right. Although, you know, they put it, that's probably because of the aftermarket hood, they put in all these washers and screws here. The screw was all loose coming out. Tighten that up. Anyway, enough rambling. I'll get her jacked up and we'll start tearing it apart. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, this is what I'm dealing with. I got a self tapper here. That's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a clip, but it's a big ass self tapper. And these have just got zip ties holding it instead of clips. A different screw there, clip, then a screw, different size clip, different size screw there, clip missing there. Yeah, I don't know if I can, and then nothing holding it there. This is like a hard plastic, and then this is like a different material. Yeah, I guess I can go to some of the parts cars there. Cars I got in my yard and see if I can round up some of these clips. But those old cars that they've been worked on, they're going to be like this. They're just going to be mismatched clips that don't fit, and screws and everything else. But yeah, there's a little screw there. Oh, see, this is, what's it got there? Got a little brace. Oh, that might be, I think that's for the signal lens. That little screw's for the signal marker lens. I was gonna say, if I'm missing any type of brackets or anything, I'm kind of screwed. And here we can look in here, we can see more zip ties. Supposed to be nuts on the bottom of that. That's missing. I'll show you. I don't know if I had to take this all the way out or not. What do we got here? Oh, I got another zip tie stuck here. Let's see if I can. Hang on. I don't know what that's attached to. Right there. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was attached up here. Okay, there's a line for the windshield washer fluid. Yeah, that's not attached. It's got a zip tie. I think this is part of the core support where they had a screw. No, I think this is. They had a screw to this apron here. More zip ties there. Oh, there we go. See, normally I wouldn't have to take off the headlights or nothing, but okay, let me take off the other side and we'll take a look at it. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of bolts and stuff for this, so I could, yeah, he just didn't have the nuts to put on the bottom of that, so he did this instead. Yeah, we'll take that off. Okay, let me get the other side off and we'll go from there. I think it's just that screw holding that on. I think it slides into a deal. So you undo the screw and just slide this unit out. Slides into there. So yeah, let me take this bumper off, and then we may have to take that grill off. There's a clip there and a clip there, and we'll figure out how to take this grill off without busting anything. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the other side loose. Yeah, these just this slides in with that clip there, and then one screw there. Okay, so undone the clip there, lifted up above this. Okay, these do unplug these lights. Looks like a factory plug there, and then two there and two there. But instead of taking them off, going to you can see it just clips in there. I didn't see it. Oh, it does got clips on the bottom. These clips here. So we're just going to take a screwdriver and bend them and pop that grill out of there, and we'll just leave it hanging up there. I'll show you better when we get the grill off, but that's some booger welds there, and then no welds there because it's off a little bit. We'll see what's up with that. Yeah, this one's holding in the headlight. Not sure why or what's supposed to be there. This one's got a little piece of, we'll figure that out. There must be something missing or not connected over there. We'll see where that's supposed to connect to. We don't want to open the hood and see this, although we're going to see these anyway holding up the wires. Okay, let me pop this grill out and we'll just set that up here. Just leave all this connected because these are the same connections here, and instead of marking each wire, or I could just mark them top, bottom. But anyway, I don't think we'll have to. We got to take the grill out anyway. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. You got the little styrofoam in there. You can see where the bumper's busted out. Okay. I'm not sure how that bottom grill goes in, but like I said, this one just snaps in to these. So I just push that out of the way. Yeah. Lots of booger welds there, and it looks like they tried to booger weld something there, and I'm not sure. I snapped that zip tie off. It looks like it just attaches a 10mm there, and there on both sides, and this side's loose right here, and whatever it snaps, whatever it screws into is all loose. This little plastic bracket right there. So you can see a screw over there. So let me take them 10mm out. We'll pull the headlights out and see what's behind it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. Took them 3 bolts and just set it right there. He's got some type of, that's the regular headlight, but these are aftermarket lights. Not sure what these are hooked up, and then these 2 wires, I don't know where they go. They were just cut. And then he's got some resistor here for the signal lenses deal. But anyway, this is sun's right in my eyes. So this is part of the core support, or it's welded to the core support. And like I said, I think they must got a used piece. Hard to say. Anyway, it's supposed to be welded there, but it's not. It's just sitting there. This is called the apron. This piece here is the apron. So it's supposed to be welded to that. Probably see better on this side. I don't know, maybe not. So this has just got a little nut and bolt attached to the apron there. This is that piece that needs to be in there better. Same with that. So there's a screw in behind here, or is that the screw? No, there's a screw in behind this coming out there. So they put 1 screw holding the radiator support to this apron. Don't know where this bolt goes to. This goes to the frame, and this is supposed to be probably there. No, it has to be up. Oh, right there. It's supposed to be up there. So we'll attach that. So it's blue, so that's why I'm guessing it was a used used piece, but I can't see where it was taken apart from the apron. Yeah, look at this crap. So they, anyway, let me take these fender bolts off and see if we can pull this back a couple inches, both sides, and take a better look at these areas here. So yeah, let me do that. See, it's probably got some type of, oh no, it's got a screw right there. Holding that. Is this one? And this one's way off from that hole. See? There's a little bracket up there. Anyway. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. I got the fender loose. I had some booger weld in there. Man, I don't know if that's supposed to be lined up with that. Surely not, because no, it goes down like that. Yeah, this one they didn't catch no welds. Or, yeah, look at this. So, that's holding though. So we're gonna do, we'll probably have to leave them screws in to hold it into place. Yeah, and grind all this down. Weld it up there. Then take these screws, grind that all down, weld that in. And same on this side here. And then we'll have to weld it in, get this line back up and bolt it in, and then weld this in to the apron on both sides. So they're not even welded on there. Yeah, there we go. So probably have to take that off so we don't fry it welding. As far as the bumper looks okay. They just must got hit up high above the bumper, right above it, missed this, slid up and whacked the radiator support out of whack and the grill and stuff. So they replaced all the grill, probably the headlights since they're aftermarket, and that upper radiator support. And like I said, the styrofoam looks original, and the bumper's been stitched together Frankenstein style. So no frame damage or nothing, just. But yeah, that won't hold very good if it gets whacked again. Okay, well, yeah, let me get my grinder out, start grinding. We'll get that welded in there a little bit better than this bullshit. I've not done a Carfax on this yet. I'm going to though, but like I said, I doubt this is on the Carfax because it was done, not done in a shop, I wouldn't think. Not here, maybe in Mexico or somewhere, but yeah, anyway, I'll get my grinder out. We'll start grinding, getting it ready to weld. So I'll be back. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Okay, guys. It's about to get dark, so I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Anyway, got her all welded in there and across. Like I said, it's a flux cord, so it doesn't look perfect, but anyway, she's pretty strong. I got a couple of welds here on the end. I'm gonna weld in that bottom tab there tomorrow. I can't see too good with it being dark. So we'll probably put a little seam sealer or something over it. Well, I'm gonna spray some primer on it right now, protect it from the morning dew, then put a little seam sealer or something on there, and instead of body filler. And then yeah, then this is just a mess here. But yeah, I got that little tab welded on there. That's the way it's supposed to be, like that. It might have to be over a little bit, or this over here a little bit, but like I said, everything kind of lines up pretty good, so I'm not going to be jerking stuff around and everything. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah, in the morning we'll just weld in this area and then start on this side, and then we'll probably just spray a little black paint on there for now, and whenever I paint the car blue, we'll spray some blue on there, and decide whether we want to paint some blue underneath the hood here. Probably will, but anyway, it's coming along. Then we'll straighten everything else out, little brackets and stuff like that, and start putting her together tomorrow if I don't get distracted again. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, next day. Let's put a little primer and paint over that area. I said I'll probably just put a little seam sealer there and some blue paint later. I was going to show you before I put the headlight on, but anyway, welded this brace on there, and then all along here put a little paint. This wire came off for the signal lens there. I got to figure out where that went. Anyway, yeah, so I bolted the headlight and the fender back together. Just got to put one bolt there. Doesn't quite line up, but then got to round up some nuts for the bumper there. So yeah, the headlight's strong now. Didn't need that zip tie. So now I just got to do this side here. See this bracket here, it's supposed to have this little shaped bracket there. Look at this crap. Yeah, look at that. So that side is missing that bracket, but I think just welding it on there would be all right. Better than flopping around. And yeah, it would have made some noise not being welded on this side, but I don't think that's the noise you hear when it's driving and hitting a bump. It may be, but it sounds like more of a banging instead of sheet metal. But it could be. We'll find out. Once I get this front end together there, I'll crawl up underneath the middle, see if we can see anything in the middle back here loose, you know, around the transmission cross member or something. And then we'll take it for another drive and see if it maybe that fixed it, because like I said, it could have been this banging against this. I don't know. But anyway, need to do the same thing on this side. Weld it all up, bolt that back together, and then we can work on putting the bumper cover and everything back on there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I ground this big chunk of slag off of there and re-welded it, grinded it smooth a little bit, and then welded it all in here to the apron, which is bent back. And this is all, that little plastic deal here this was a spacer for the headlight to go in, which is not supposed to be there. And then this one had a big nut. I don't know where it went to. There was a big nut on the end of that. I think that they had that as a spacer. So I think what I'm going to use is these as a spacer for these two bottom ones to prop that up. Prop the bottom of the headlight up. But yeah, it's not going to be perfect, or I'm not going to... They got these welds to hold here. So I just put some more welds here, down there. And yeah, we're not going to clean up all the old welds and all this stuff. We're just making it strong so it's in there, welded in there. And that's it. You know, we're not going to make no Picasso out of it. So I'm going to blow all this stuff off here, spray some paint in around here, line this headlight up. I put this deal here into where it's supposed to be, the windshield washer jug, so that's in there tight now instead of flopping around. And yeah, I may make this a little bit better here. We're not gonna, like I said, everything kind of lines up good, so we don't want to mess up the hood hole alignment and all that by moving stuff around, and we're not gonna bother with any of that. So anyway, that's what I got so far. I'm gonna spray a little black paint in here, line up the headlight, and spray some paint around here. Like I said, most of this is covered up to here anyway. So yeah, I'm not even gonna, it's all covered up, so I'm not gonna bother messing with this. We'll just put some seam sealer on around this edge here and bolt all this stuff back up, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the headlight in here, this side. Yeah, this marker light that was kind of scraped and everything, dented. They had it all taped up here, probably leaking. Anyway, got all LED bulbs in there. So we'll put them in the new ones. Fixing to test it now. I think this wire went here. Fixing to test it, make sure they work and all that, and then we'll grab the new cover, put the styrofoam in there, and then line it up. I rounded up a whole bunch of these are what was needed for the for these right here. That's why he had this thing here holding it up, because he didn't have these nuts. But yeah, we got a nut and bolt there, and here with this bracket. This is a bracket for these two, so everything's pretty strong. So yeah, I should bolt right on there like factory. We'll have to fill that in with Bondo, just like we gotta fix this dent. Anyway, I'll be back when I get it ready to put on there. Well, I meant to show the battery. Always unhook your battery when you're welding on these modern cars. You know, you could screw up the computer, which, you know, with all this booger welds they did, they may have screwed something up, and that's why it stalls when it stalls every now and then. So we'll figure that out too. Well, figure out if it stopped, because we got a new AC compressor on there, and so it's, you know, not bound up or nothing. And anyway, we'll have to deal with that problem later on. You know, I guess he thinks it's the throttle body or the electronic gas pedal or something like that, but we don't know. It's not throwing no codes, but maybe we'll run it for a while and see if any other codes come up. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys. Stuck the styrofoam in there. Really, it's just those nuts I showed you. 2 bolts in there and there. This slides into here, and then this top slides onto this, and a plastic clip into there, and that's pretty much it, other than the wheel well liners snap in there. And then the top grill that we took off snaps into here, and the bottom one will same way. So yeah, we'll just stick her up there with one hand. Yeah, they just go into them 2 there, slide into there, up there, and I think that's about it. So let me get them bolted on there, and then we'll just snap this grill on and the bottom grill, and we'll see if that spoiler lines up. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the bolts on each side. I don't know if I mentioned in this video, but in order for them to ship it without being oversized, they fold these in. I'll show you on this one. They fold this in like that, and they say, yeah, leave it out in the sun and it'll flex back. Well, problem with this, look, it's all bent. Now that little deal, this slid, it's part of the headlight underneath there, so it slid in there, and we could probably take a heat gun and make it a little bit better, but this side, they took that lip off, cut it off the headlight, and cut off the deal here, because this headlight doesn't fit very good. Well, you can see this is all bent too, so we'll have to see if we can heat that up and get it in there. That headlight's still off. Yeah, they're off a little bit. Oh well. But anyway, I'll try to heat that up later. Got the clips in there, fixing to snap in the grill, snap in the lower grill, and put in those marker lights. So I'll be back. Okay guys, this problem after problem. This is the wrong grill. You can see pointed, curved, pointed, curved. Look, not even close. It should be like that, but wrong. It's the wrong one. Must be for GT or something. I'll have to go in and look at the listing. It doesn't say on here what year or anything it fits, or what, you know, GT or non-GT. So yeah, this was like $18.99 or something. Got the grill in there. That front spoiler will not fit or anything. There's holes under there for something. You can see these holes. I don't know if they're supposed to be a cover from here to maybe the radiator support, bottom of it, or something. I don't know. I'll look it up and maybe see if there's a spoiler for a non-GT. Might have found the noise. There is no. Let me see if I can prop this up so I can do it with with one hand. Let me get a little piece of wood here. Hang on. Okay, we'll rest the hood on that. So there's no retainer clip to hold this on there. Hang on. Move it up farther. Don't know exactly where it's supposed to be. Maybe there? Oh, there's a hole there. Anyway, listen. That's what it sounds like. I'll look on some other cars and see if I can find something. It goes in there. No, that's got one too. Something anyway that I don't know. I don't know if it's that or not. Anyway, then you go look this up and see what along the bottom, and then we'll put in those marker lenses. I'm going to go in, look that up, and then have some lunch. And then we'll come back, hook the marker lights up. I hooked that little resistor thing up so the lights do work. Tested them. But okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, that grill I ordered was for GT. So I didn't look close enough. 2005 to 2009. So anyway, I found a listing for the base model. That's what we need. So I ordered that, you know, wait a while to get it. Okay, these are the new lenses, aftermarket ones that were in it. So we're gonna go ahead and put them on there. They had made these little brackets here to screw onto the side of the bumper lip here, so I'm not sure how they're supposed to mount factory wise. We'll figure it out. Like I said, these have the LED bulbs. This one comes with some regular bulbs, but I guess we'll use the LED ones. Okay, well, let me, yeah, they were like 44, 45 bucks or something for the pair. So let me go ahead and put them in there. Oh, there's a little chunk missing there too. Yeah, we'll have to try to heat that up. Anyway, let me get the lenses in there. They make a base V6 spoiler, about 100 bucks. So I didn't order one. I might decide on that. Yeah, it's different, GT and a base model. So I don't know. I'll think about it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, got the marker signal lenses in there. I took this off a older Mustang, kind of made it fit, and JB welded it in there. It should be okay. I think I'm going to do away with these things here to hold, you know, for the hood pins. They look kind of cool, but every time you take them off, it's going to, you know, chance of screwing up the paint, new paint on the bumper whenever we paint it. So yeah, I'll probably just take them off. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get a heat gun. See if we can straighten them out. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna straighten perfect. It's like I said, it's hard plastic. It isn't soft like the Camaro bumper. Okay, so in other news, guy flaked out on coming to buy Art's Malibu. He was like 50 miles south of Houston. He called me up several times. And, you know, one time talked for about an hour to tell me it's his dream car. He's been looking for one forever. That's it. That's the car. And he's going to come. Supposed to have been, well, it's supposed to have been yesterday. Nope, didn't hear from him. No message, no phone call, no nothing. And then on the Facebook Marketplace chat, he left the chat. So I don't know, fucking people. But the guy's coming tomorrow from Arkansas to pick up the 73 Mustang. He already PayPal'd me a deposit, so if he flakes out, he loses it. But it sounds like he really wants it. So he's coming tomorrow about noon. Pick up the Mustang. Not much action on the 69 Comet, guys. One guy today says, any rust in the trunk? And I said, no, not really. It looks okay. How about the floor? And I said, I don't know. You know, carpet and shit's in it. I'm going to be tearing the shit apart looking for holes. Okay, I'll come next Sunday. So in a week. So we'll see. But he's the only guy for the Comet. A bunch on the Le Mans guy messaged me last night and wants me to deliver it to Marietta, which is about an hour away. And he said, I'll give you $1,600. I'm asking $15. I'll give you $1,600 if you deliver it to Marietta. I said, yep, no problem, as long as you pay for it in advance. Oh, ghosted me. Didn't even reply back or nothing, so screw him. He wants me to go deliver it so he can take a look at it, decide if he wants to buy it or not, make me waste 2-3 hours of my time, you know, loading it up, driving it there, unloading it, coming back. Yeah, fuck him. Fucking people, I don't understand it. So, yeah, then the guy that I've bought a lot of cars from, what cars have I bought from him? The red El Camino, which is back there. Somebody asked where it is. It's back over there. The parts car for Art's Malibu. Oh, the white El Camino 78 SS. Buying a bunch of cars off of him. That old van that I traded for this Mustang. He messaged me. He wants that 73 Le Mans. And he said, oh man, I can only give you $1,000. I said, nah, sorry man, I need $1,500. So anyway, he wants it for $1,000. I could sell it to him, be a nice guy, but you know, shit. And he wants me to deliver it to Sherman. So it's sitting over there waiting for a will it run. So we'll do that if nobody buys it here in the next week or so. And then we got the Trans Ams, which you've already seen. I didn't show you where I parked them. I forgot to mention the one that's fixable, that's supposed to run and knock though. The white one here. We'll do a will it run on that. But I forgot to mention, this car's originally a 6-speed. It's got the clutch, got the console thing that says, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shifts and all that. I put the arrow right there. And it got the clutch pedal in there. But somebody put in an automatic or an engine and transmission, stuck it in there, who knows. But see guys, these engines, they come out the bottom. You got to take the whole subframe, front end and everything off. Jack this way up in the air, like this high, to slide that subframe. How I do it was do the subframe and the motor transmission all at once and pull it out from underneath of it. So you got to have that thing way up in the air. That's why I don't like working on these. You can't just pop it out through the top. So, you know, they're a pain in the ass. But we will we'll do a will it run on this. I have not advertised these two for parts or otherwise, because I don't know what parts this is going to need. If it runs and the knock's not too bad, I can sell it. Not for a lot, but put the hatch back from this one on it and, you know, sell it for a little bit. But as far as rebuilding it and painting it, no, we're not going to do any of that. We'll just try to make it as complete as we can. And then I'll put an ad out to part out the rest of this one here. And anyway, we got that coming up, guys. And as far as the Mustang, I think we'll start the paint and body on it, but I don't know about right now. I got so much stuff going on. Got all the disc brake conversion, all the front end parts, power steering box, I got all the front end parts except for the center link. Got all the tie rods, idler arm, pitman arm, all that, shocks, coils, they're all separate. They don't come with the disc brake kit. And then the master cylinder, brake booster. We got all that. It's all in boxes. Everything but the center link. So we got that to do. And then we got the door panels and putting on a starter and some other little shit on this one here. And then we'll just leave the paint and body for a while. So I don't know. This one, I'm in the middle of a video doing the plumbing and sewer on the tiny house, but that's going to be a while. I want to get a bunch done before I finish that video. So anyway, yeah, we got a couple of will it runs. We got this one, and then we got the hail damage and paint and body to do on this Mustang. So yeah, I don't know. I'd like to maybe get this one done first. I don't know. I'll decide. And I want to get the parts out of the way. I was getting down to getting all that area cleaned out a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, all the dash overlay thing came in. So that was in a big box. All the parts for this, and then the parts for the Mustang. It started filling up again, and I started making the door panels, getting paneling, so that area was getting full of crap again, just as it was getting cleaned out. So I might want to try to clean that out so I can, you know, I want to keep it cleaned out on that one area so I can paint cars in there. I don't need anything painted right now, but we're going to be painting this one, probably the Camaro, you know, 2 Camaros, the van, who knows. So anyway, guys, that's what's coming up. Just figure I'd give you an update. Yeah, I guess we'll leave the Mustang at that. We got all that butchery fixed. And like I said, I haven't seen the first video. The first video is not, it's uploaded, but it's coming out in a couple of days. And so put your comments there. And in the meantime, I'm going to get a Carfax. I'm going to fix or check out the banging. Maybe it's fixed. I don't know. Not much I can do about it. I'm going to jack it up here. I'll probably do it tomorrow. Crawl under it there and see if I can find anything in the middle banging. But it might have been the hood rod. It might have been the radiator support that wasn't attached banging. I don't know. I'm going to get a little bit more work done on the tiny house right now. I'm just trying to line up the bathtub over there in that corner. So I'm going to do that right now. So, but anyway, we'll wrap up the video. It's, you know, pretty much done except that bottom grill. And I might get a spoiler. And, but if we can get all that done, then we'll start on the body work. And I don't know if the hail damage shows up better in the dark or the light, but she is That roof was just hammered, the whole side. I don't know if this shows up any better here on these cracks and everything. And all this. Yeah, that's going to be tough for that not to come back through, but you know, what are you going to do? Spend, I don't know how much them hoods cost, but yeah, and the deck lid. Some hail dents on here, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like the car. I'd like to get her all fixed up, looking good again. So anyway, subscribe if you haven't. Like, comment, share, all that stuff. And we'll see y'all next video on something. But okay, we'll see you next video. Thanks everybody for watching.